Picture this scene. Your partner comes home late for the third time this week. She tells you that there's this big project she's working on and she's under immense pressure to get it done by the end of the week. But she can't fool you. You know what she's really up to. She's obviously avoiding you because you didn't get her that gift that she really wanted for Valentine's Day. While this may seem convincing, is it accurate? This style of thinking where you kind of assume that you know what others may be thinking and feeling, and without solid evidence, is known as mind reading. And today I want to tell you why it happens, how it can affect your relationships, and what you can do instead. So if you're just tuning in for the first time today, welcome. My name is Kirsty and I'm the founder of Growth Seekers Club. I post content weekly on topics related to personal growth and development. So if this is something that interests you, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Now, let's get into today's video. So let's talk about why mind reading happens. Sometimes it can stem from our own insecurities. So imagine that on some level you believe that you're unworthy. This can become a kind of lens through which you interpret events. So if your partner, for instance, goes out and has a good time with their friends, you might interpret this as, oh, my partner's bored of me, or I'm not good enough for them. So this is one way that mind reading can creep into relationships. And then other times we might use mind reading when our past hurts and negative experiences are triggered. So if you were, say, cheated on in the past, you might feel uncomfortable if your partner spends one-on-one time with a colleague because maybe your ex cheated on you with someone at work. So now that you have a better understanding of why mind reading even happens, let's look at how it can affect your relationships. And mind reading can affect your relationships in different ways, depending on how you respond to it. But at the end of the day, it's never really a good thing. So on the one hand, if you take your concerns to the other person, but you do it in a way where there's blame and you're accusing them, then there's a good chance that they will become defensive. And if that conflict escalates, you may not really reach a resolution or even an understanding. It's an approach that pits you against them. Now, if you keep your concerns to yourself, this can lead to a buildup of resentment, and it can create distance and a sense of disconnect within the relationship. What's really interesting is that mind reading can actually become a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. For example, if you assume that your partner is upset with you, you might start acting cold towards them and unintentionally create the situation you are trying to avoid. So, there must be a better approach, right? And there is one. It's called open, effective communication. And it's where instead of accusing or blaming the other person or keeping your concerns to yourself, you create this space for respectful conversation. So in practice, this looks like creating a space where you can express your thoughts and feelings in a calm and non-threatening way. It's about taking ownership of your feelings versus blaming the other person. For example, you might tell your partner something like this. When you went out with your friends, I felt a bit insecure because we don't usually stay out that late together. And I don't know, I worry that maybe I'm not as fun to be around. When you frame your concerns like this, it can feel much more vulnerable, but it's also much more honest and authentic, and it can prevent unnecessary conflict. Your partner will find it much easier to step into your shoes and empathize with you than if you were to accuse them of deliberately ignoring you or not prioritizing the relationship. So give this approach a try when you find yourself guessing at people's thoughts and feelings. You may just notice a big difference in the way your conversations go, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you're interested in learning about your attachment style, you can take the free quiz, which is linked in the description below. You can also download my free guide for better communication in relationships. And if you're interested in coaching, you can book a free discovery call. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week.